Hey, this is going to be our first episode of the Guild Guide, where we'll pick a topic each week and address it and how it affects you and how it interacts with the guild. Okay, first, we're just going to take a quick minute to touch on overall accomplishments of the guild. We've been cranking out a lot of achievements through gear, new 85s. Again, we've got our first 3 RBG win week this week. So a lot's going on, and congratulations to everybody that's done that. Currently, we're at 893 members with 339 level 85s. So that's a lot of 85s, a lot of members. We're one of the larger guilds on the realm. We're definitely one of the oldest, pushing 3 years old. So don't let anybody say we're some noob guild and all that. Okay, for this week, I'd like to touch on the guild voucher system. There's actually a couple articles on the website, visionsofthepast.info, covering this. First off, there's 2 types of vouchers. There's guild vouchers, there's raid vouchers. Guild vouchers can be given to anyone, can earn them by sending stuff to the guild master or one of the designated officers. It can be mats, gear, any items like that. In return, we'll send you vouchers, and they have a certain value. It's all really outlined on the guild website. I'm not going to go into too much detail as far as how many you get for what and what you get for how many, because there is a redemption list and how to get them. You know, how many vouchers we're giving for what on the website, and that's always changing. So it seems kind of a moot point to go into that here. Now, raid vouchers are given to people on the raid teams and on the RBG teams, and this rewards those that not necessarily the highest DPS, best healer. That's a DKP system, because some people are just more inherently better at their classes. And really, how do you judge who's better, a tank or a melee DPS or a healer? They all have distinct roles. So what we do in that regard is, if you show up, you get one, and those that contribute to the team get them too. As in the guy that provides the flasks, the guy that provides the feasts, the one that makes the gems for the team, you know, all these various things. And again, there's an article on that on the site. Now, the main difference between the two is a guild voucher. If I give your level 80 toon 5 vouchers, you can send him to your little level 1 toon, and he can cash him in for, let's say, some gear in the guild bank, or some herbs that he's looking for, or something like that. Where the raid vouchers can only be used by the character, the toon that earns them. So if you have 4 level 85s and they're all raiding, well, you can't give all your raid vouchers to one character. Only the character they're issued to can use them. And how this is done is, an officer will mail that toon a letter that says their name on it and how they can use the vouchers. Now, what you do is you can make a copy of that letter from the attachment. Once you have it, you get one copy, and that's it, and it exists. And you can do things like you put it in the guild bank, your bank, pass it off to people. The thing is, it cannot be duplicated, cannot be counterfeited. You can't mail yourself vouchers, because when you make that copy, it says who it's from. So it's like WoW has a kind of built-in anti-counterfeit system, and we use that in the best way that we feel we can right now. But again, the guild vouchers you can trade back and forth. The raid vouchers you can't. You can use the guild vouchers to buy anything between tab 1 and 7. And certain things in tab 8. Again, you just have to inquire as to what you want. Where the raid vouchers can be used for anything in any of the tabs. But to clarify, tabs 1 through 5 are still fair game. At minimum, most people have 1 withdrawal a day per tab. Except for tab 2, that's the deposit tab. Now, in order to get vouchers for the guild vouchers, just check the list on the guild site at visionsofthepast.info, and then you mail that item to an officer designated. Right now, primarily the GM and the lieutenant colonels. They'll take that item, send you equivalent vouchers for whatever they're going for, and then you can just accumulate them. And at any time, you can send all, let's say you've got 5 vouchers worth 2 each. You can send all those back to one of the same officers and ask them to combine them, and they can send you one back for 10. And then you just hang on to them, and when and if you want to cash some in, again, check the redemption list. then check the bank, see if we have it, and then just mail a letter to one of those officers with your vouchers attached saying, oh, can I get 2 stacks of Cinder Bloom and a stack of Elementi more? And then they will reply to you with said items if they're not online. Again, if you need them immediately, check who's online and we'll see where we can go. The system still needs some tweaking. The more people get involved, the more officers will allow to do this, and then eventually, hopefully, it can be our own little set way to get items in and out of the bank. Because currently, you know, people donate when they can, and as soon as items leave the bank, sometimes it's hard to replace them. I mean, if you've noticed, at one point we had a whole enchantment tab, and then that got cleared out, and we didn't have any more enchantments. And now all of a sudden we've got a ton more. So it's just to try to make the constant flow of goods consistent, where you're not running in there going, oh crap, I need a bag, I'm going to grab these 2 now because I'm making an alt, as opposed to you just make your alt and grab the bags as your alt needs them. Because today we have 50 bags and tomorrow we have 2, and you don't know when we're getting any more. We'd like to make that flow of items consistent so everybody has equal access to it. Because sometimes we'll get 4 or 5 of an item, put them in the bank, and they're gone before most of the guild even logs on at night. It just makes it more fair for everyone. And it also rewards those that contribute, help the guild. Again, you're not required to. All you have to do is log on once every 30 days. And, you know, you can do your own thing. Nobody's going to harass you about it. But for those that do provide and help out, you know, there should be a little something extra for them. Saying that, going back to the guild bank, we do have the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th tabs, and 5th for most guildies. The 1st tab is the intro tab. This is just explaining the current state of the guild bank. Are the tabards, the bandages, some low-level gear. Normally we might put some food in there, some drinks, and maybe some fun stuff. Like I believe a couple days ago there's some leather balls in there you can throw back and forth to each other. Second tab is for deposit. If you find yourself with some extra stuff, some extra mats, you know, stuff you know you aren't going to get a whole lot of money for, but you think somebody else can use, especially if like you're level 85, just out and about goofing off and killing some kobolds, seeing a bunch of linen cloth, just feel free to throw it in there. Tab 3 is the item enhancement. It's where you can get enchantments, armor kits, gems. Sometimes we get some good gems, sometimes we don't. Occasionally we'll get scopes for rifles in there. But that's your item enhancement tab. Tab 4 is the mats, materials. Now there's some gear in there too, there's overflow that'll eventually go away, but it's normally your lower end mats. And tab 5 is bags, potions, and scrolls, anything written. Like scrolls of stamina, some glyphs, quest items, especially for Darkmoon Fair. So if Darkmoon Fair is coming up, we usually get a lot of those, and then when Darkmoon Fair comes, we see them all disappear real quick. So if you think you're going to need one when Darkmoon Fair rolls around, feel free to grab one early. That way there's not a rush on it. But that's generally this week's topic for the Guild Guide. And again, please remember that we do have a Facebook, a YouTube, a Twitter, and an actual website with links to all of these, as well as commonly useful sites like Noxic.com, wow-professions.com, and other sites that can help you actually play the game better or just find information. Or fun sites like Petopia for those hunters out there. But, you know, play the game, have some fun, and if you can help us out at all, please do.